Hello student. Welcome here. Today we will going to learn about Open Educational Resources, OER, in education. Please pay attention for the video. There are several definitions for Open Educational Resources. According to the William and Flora Hewlett Foundation, Open Educational Resources are teaching, learning, and research resources that reside in the public domain or have been released under an intellectual property license that permits their free use and repurposing by others. OER include full courses, course materials, modules, textbooks, streaming videos, tests, software, and any other tools, materials, or techniques used to support access to knowledge. According to Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, Open Educational Resources can be defined as digitized materials offered freely and openly for educators, students, and self-learners to use and reuse for teaching, learning, and research. Open Educational Resources includes learning content, software tools to develop, use, and distribute content, and implementation resources such as open licenses. According to UNESCO, Open Educational Resources can be defined as teaching, learning and research materials in any medium, digital or otherwise, that reside in the public domain or have been released under an open license that permits no-cost access, use, adaptation and redistribution by others or limited restrictions. According to the Cape Town Open Education Declaration, Open Educational Resources should be freely shared through open licenses which facilitate use, revision, translation, improvement and sharing by anyone. Resources should be published in formats that facilitate both use and editing, and that accommodate a diversity of technical platforms. Whenever possible, they should also be available in formats that are accessible to people with disabilities and people who do not yet have access to the Internet. According to the Wiki Educator Open Educational Resources Handbook, the term Open Educational Resources, OER, refers to educational resources such as lesson plans, quizzes, syllabi, instructional modules, simulations, etc., that are freely available for use, reuse, adaptation, and sharing. According to OER Commons, Open Educational Resources are teaching and learning materials that you may freely use and reuse, without charge. OER often have a Creative Commons or GNU license that states specifically how the material may be used, reused, adapted, and shared. This is a table to compare the definitions between the Open Educational Resources. OER are those teaching and learning materials that are available either in the public domain or under an open license. Public domain in the context of OER means teaching and learning materials for which copyright has expired or for which copyright has been explicitly forfeited by the author. Open licensing is a concept within copyright law, and an open license can allow the adoption, adaptation of a work under different circumstances. OER can be seen as a subset of a broader term, open education. The William and Flora Hewlett Foundation has stated that open education is the simple and powerful idea that the world's knowledge is a public good and that technology in general and the World Wide Web in particular provide an extraordinary opportunity for everyone to share, use, and reuse knowledge. OER play a significant role in bringing this idea to life. Types of open educational resources. The term, OER, is sometimes used interchangeably with OpenCourseware, OCW. However, OCW is not synonymous to OER. OCW can be considered a type of OER. Other OER include MOOC, content modules, open textbooks, course materials, learning objects, learning repositories, and open access journals. OER also comprise tools for delivering educational content, for example, software that supports the creation, delivery, use, and improvement of open learning content, searching and organization of content, content and learning management systems, content development tools, and online learning communities. There are 4 potential benefits in OER. Government perspective, institutional's perspective, educator's perspective and learner's perspective. In government perspective, OER. Advancing knowledge by unlocking information for the benefit of all. Widening participation in higher education by expanding access to non-traditional learners. Promoting lifelong learning. Bridging the gap between formal, informal and non-formal. Leveraging taxpayers' money by sharing and reuse between institutions. In institutional perspective, OER. Sharing knowledge is congruent with the academic tradition. The public image of the institution may be enhanced and new students attracted. Improving recruitment by helping the right students find the right programs. Provides a resource for students and faculty that supports learning and collaboration. Attracting alumni as lifelong learners. In educators' perspective, OER, help personnel gain through increased reputation. Gaining publicity or reaching the market more quickly may result in an economic advantage. Fostering connections with colleagues around the world. Preserving a record of teaching innovations allowing others to build upon them. Leaving a legacy after leaving academia. In learner's perspective, OER, help an independent learner who has access to the internet can access material from some of the best universities in the world. OER can promote informal learning, where a credential is not needed. Prospective students may access institutions by looking at their materials made available by other institutions. There are 4 challenges of OER. Technical, economic, social and legal. Technical challenges: a lack of broadband and other technical innovations. Interoperability and metadata standards. Economic challenges: a lack of resources to invest in broadband, hardware and software. Difficulties in covering cost for developing OER, or sustaining an OER project in the long run. Social challenges are absence of technical skills. Unwillingness to share or give away intellectual property. Unwillingness to use resources produced by someone else. Assuring quality in open content. Lack of time to produce shareable materials. Research privileged over the development of teaching materials. Lack of incentives. Skills to select appropriate OER, and reuse or remix them. And legal challenges: a prohibition to use copyrighted material without consent. Lack of awareness among academics regarding copyright issues. Creative Commons is a non-profit organization that works to increase the amount of creativity, cultural, educational, and scientific content available in the Commons, the body of work that is available to the public for free and legal sharing, use, repurposing, and remixing. Creative Commons provides the legal and technical infrastructure essential to the long-term success of OER, making it possible for educational resources to be widely accessible, adaptable, interoperable and discoverable. Thank you for watching this video.